sixth graders, and welcome to this week's math lesson. Go ahead and please take out your math notebooks, turn to a clean sheet, name today's date. Let's go ahead and review our objective today. Our objective is I can write equivalent expressions using the distributive property. Now I know previously we've talked about using distributive property, but for the sake of our unit for this digital lessons, we're going to do a quick review of the distributive property. As we've talked about before, for the example, I have the following expression of 5 parentheses x minus 5, close parentheses. My number or my term outside my parentheses is 5. What happens is that when I have a 5 on the outside, I'm going to distribute or multiply 5 to both terms inside my parentheses. And that includes the x and the negative 5. So, a way that I have taught you all to remember this is to draw arrows pointing to the different numbers, indicating what you're going to do for each of them. So, 5 times x, now I can't do 5 times x, so I have to smush them together. When I do that, I get 5x. And now 5 times 5. Now, before, and what I normally saw many sixth graders have trouble with, is indicating what happens to this number or this sign to the left of the number. What this indicates right here is it's a negative 5. So 5 times a negative 5, a negative times a positive, is what, class? That's correct. So my answer would be negative 25. So my broken out or equivalent expression to this one would be 5x minus 25. Very good. Let's do another example, shall we? Now let's say I have this. Let's say I have 6. Let's say I have s, because again, any variable can be any letter, plus 10. And let's say my variable on the outside of my parentheses is right over here instead this time. Do you think that using distributive property is the same way depending on what side the variable's on? That's correct. It does not matter if it's on the left side or the right side. What matters is you need to multiply both the s and the 10 by a 6. It does not matter if it's on this side or on this side. So 6 times s will give me 6s. 6 times 10, because again to the left makes a positive, 6 times 10 will give me 60. So my equivalent expression is 6s plus 60. Let's do one more problem, shall we? And using what we've known with exponents previously, let's see what you remember. So instead of a number, we're going to have a variable outside our expression. X, parentheses, 6x minus 2. Now, just like before, we take our x and we distribute. However, when we multiply x times x, it's a lot like combining them or adding them together. So instead of it being a number we're multiplying, we'd keep the 6, but it would become x squared. Because x squared is just x times x. And x times negative 2 would give me negative 2x. So my equivalent expression would be 6x squared minus 2x. Very good. All right. Go ahead now, copy down your exit slip, please. Go ahead and give me equivalent expressions for these 3 problems. 5 parentheses 2p plus 4, 6 parentheses x plus 2, and let's do 5. Oh, you know what? I'm going to keep that 5. I'm going to put it on the other side. Let's do n minus 10 with a 5 on the outside. I'm going to have you pause in this video right now and go ahead and answer these 3 questions. Okay, let's go ahead and solve it, shall we? 5, we're going to distribute to both the 2p and the 4. So an equivalent expression would be 5 times 2p, which will give me 10p. And then 5 times 4 will give me 20. So my equivalent expression would be 10p plus 20. Looking at our next problem, the 6 is on the outside, so we're going to multiply 6 times x and 2. So then 6 times x will give me 6x, and 6 times 2 will give me 12. So 6x plus 12 is the equivalent expression of 6 parentheses x plus 2. And finally, once again, that 5, even though it's not on the left-hand side, it's on the right-hand side, it still works. So 5 times n will give me 5n. And then 5 times negative 10, because again, you look to the left, will give me negative 50. So my equivalent expression is 5n minus 50. Please go ahead and complete your assignment in Google Classroom revolving around this lesson. Join me next time this Wednesday where we'll be talking about, you'll be taking a quick pop quiz on all the lessons we've been talking about for the last few weeks regarding algebraic expressions, distributive property, and converting between the two. Stay tuned and keep studying there, 6th grade.